Oh my god, I haven't been reading the coffee donations. Thank you so much to Dragon Girl Studio, Pepper Fox, Pookie, Carnelian Fox, Beta Eta Delota. Wait, hold on, what? Okay, after snooping around a bit, I don't think it's actually Beta. I'm gonna message him later, but yeah. Thank you to whoever this is who is pretending to be Beta. That's not cool, but thanks for the money. Dan Davis, Nevi, Panda Jen, Bionic Wizard, and Kyron for the coffee donations. Sorry I built up a bit of a backlog. I mean, the first one said Merry Christmas, so to say that I haven't been reading them lately is a bit of an understatement, but hey, we're all caught up, so that's pretty cool. Also, just a quick reminder, my coffee is in the description of all of my videos. If you want to help and donate, any amount is appreciated. Thanks so much. Anyways, on to the video. Heyo everyone, Misha B. Barkin here. So I like to think that to other people around me and on social media, I come off as an overall positive person. I mean, the main reason I started this channel and make content is to make those who view my content smile and crack a few jokes that'll make some of y'all chuckle.
We dug the bullets out of that Iraqi family's skulls so they couldn't be traced back to us.
Today I saw a balloon.
That being said, while I may be an overall positive person, I still do discuss tougher and less lighthearted topics, as those are just as important to talk about. While I recognize that there are some less positive topics to discuss and will discuss them, there are furries out there who feel the need to just ooh-woo right through it all, and continue to be a loud bird or something and not discuss negative topics at all. This brings up a very common phrase that gets tossed around this community, that being the concept of toxic positivity. What does that mean? Is toxic positivity a huge issue? And is it just as bad as being overly negative about everything? Stay tuned to find out my thoughts. So what exactly is toxic positivity? Toxic positivity can also be called blind optimism, basically meaning when people just tell others to just smile, no matter what's happening around them. Now on the surface, I get it. We're all trying to be happy and more positive people, and especially online, people tend to only show their positive side. Being an overall positive person is absolutely okay, and not what we're talking about. It's those who are positive all the time, no matter what. Toxic positivity can also be used to demean and cover over serious topics, saying, don't be sad, don't talk about those things, be positive, ooh woo. Oftentimes, toxic positivity arises in this community when people will straight up refuse to acknowledge negative world events around them, and instead continue to post like nothing's happening. Case in point, there are currently some very dangerous anti-trans bills being presented in many states, and myself and many of my friends have broken character to speak out against these bills, and use our platforms to discuss why these bills are bad. Others, however, continue to ignore these things and instead post about their suits and pretend this isn't currently happening in our country. Now, not everyone's obligated to address every issue presented, but you should at least speak up about some things. People know you're a person behind the character or under the suit, so using your platform to speak for or against certain movements can help in big ways. That being said, please do not use your fursuit in activism posts. I saw multiple people post pictures of them in their suits with hashtags about Ukraine and just please don't do this. This isn't seen as a positive thing outside of the furry community, and it's barely accepted within. Just don't. So why is toxic positivity an issue? As stated before, if you don't break character to speak about current events, then it's losing possible leverage to reach a wider audience. A lot of this community falls under the LGBT umbrella, myself included, which is why oftentimes topics surrounding gay rights and trans acceptance gets brought up frequently. Hell, this community has had an arm linked with the LGBT community since the very beginning. The furry community was an acceptable escape to be around like-minded LGBT individuals without the judgment of the world. Secondly, a good portion of this community is part of some racial minorities, so topics involving systemic racism and racial injustice are also spread throughout this community. Now imagine if we just never talked about these things. Imagine if we just pretended to be fluffy animals 24/7 and didn't ever discuss or talk about what ails us and what bills or laws may be getting passed, and instead just posted fursuit pics all day with the caption, just being puppy, ooh woo. Okay, I think I've hit my ooh woo quota for this video. On top of that, there's this weird subset of toxic positivity to where they use their platform to try and spread happiness over those issues? People can be discussing something negative and somebody always seems to come in and say, just be happy, be positive, use furry as an escape. Yeah, some of us don't have that luxury. There's always at least one furry that uses their platform to not address the issue or try and help, but instead will post fursuit pics and use the relevant hashtags to spread their post further. This doesn't help in the slightest and will make people dislike you. I can't imagine being in a time of peril and seeing a post of someone posing in a fursuit using the hashtags. Just put your phone down at that point. Now, on the other hand, there's toxic negativity. Pessimism is another word for this, however, it's slightly different. I am, believe it or not, a very pessimistic person on the daily, but I'm able to filter that and not let that bleed into my posts and those around me for the most part. There are definitely those in this community that are overwhelmingly negative, constantly posting, complaining about anything and everything, and never taking a moment to recognize the positives around them. This is almost just as harmful, if not worse. Now, this isn't to say that people posting about relevant topics constantly are considered to be toxic negativity. You can post about issues and start discussions while not falling into a pit of pessimism. That being said, it's important to try and keep a bit of positivity in your day-to-day life as well. It's important to find a balance between the two sides discussed today. Being positive and being in character is great. I love being a happy little puppy on Twitter and being a cute little fox on TikTok. That being said, if issues and topics arise, I'm not afraid to drop that and post about it and discuss it. I try to keep this channel and its videos for the most part positive and funny, though I'm not afraid to make videos out of that scope and discuss issues within this community, such as zoos or very problematic people. On the other hand, however, if you're constantly posting negativity, making videos or content on negative topics and horrible people, those around you won't really want to stick around most likely, and you'll find yourself starting to only be negative and in an awful mood. Just try to find a balance between the two. So we're to the end of the video. I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. I know I've been a bit flaky on my upload schedule, but you guys have all been understanding and supportive, and I can't thank you enough. So what's your opinion on toxic positivity? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!